much of the nation, no such worries today here in the Sunshine State at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The punter Logan Cook set to start the proceedings, and we are underway here in Jacksonville. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. There he goes, right side. Breece Hall, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall. 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And now it's blocked. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 23. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 77 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Play fake, now Fields to throw. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards. In motion, the tight end. Now Fields. He's got the hook up to Lazard. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Fields. This pass out wide to Hall. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And 10, it's Hall. And fights through one man. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That's going to go as loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Justin Fields scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now stands at 13. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Lawrence will throw. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Lawrence to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. He's got room at the 30. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. T. Higgins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll make it 13-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Back to throw. Fields. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there for the Jets. 49 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. This defense for the Jags, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
From the gun, here's Fields. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Allen Lazard from 19 yards away. And the Jets are able to stretch out their lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. This one caught downfield by Higgins. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 34. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Etienne up the middle. They juked him. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 25, here's 2nd down at a yard. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Looking to throw, Lawrence. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Quick throw complete. Touchdown Jaguars. Brenton Strange from a yard out. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now it's Fields. Finds Lazard quickly on the slant. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now it's 2nd and 10. From the 50, here's Fields. This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. In motion right is a running back. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try to run with Hall. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. The Jaguars had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year. And they're coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 7. On play action, Lawrence. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Lawrence. Thomas brings it in. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Fields now to throw. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and it forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Now Fields going to move him around. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. That is caught. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A shotgun snap, Fields. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And out of bounds right around the 20. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
To throw is Fields. formation inside the 5. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Justin Fields as the first half is winding down. And the Jets go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Lawrence. Thomas has got it. Complete. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Another run by Bigsby. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you we won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Fielded at the 33. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. On play action, Fields on the move to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in this play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
the gun on third down. Fields able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll fake the handoff, now Fields. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down. Now Allen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Fields. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Mason Taylor from 6 yards away. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Now Lawrence. Open man, it's Hunter. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Lawrence on the sneak. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the first down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right, why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You almost say,
well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. come to the line to start their next drive.
But it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. Here's 3rd and 3. Now Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange. And some room to maneuver. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now in the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
Lawrence running right on the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field, get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
This pass complete to Higgins. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start the drive with a give to Allen. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game. Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? He barely got the first down, but he got it.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
Here's Allen. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. A first throw here for the backup Taylor. And a completion to Wilson. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Here's the Jets punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
That punt was near perfection.
You got a John Heisman quote about that,
Yeah,
right?
he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle to Davis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. But whatever they were trying to call, Chad Muma had it read from the start, getting behind the line of scrimmage and dropping him. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They stay on the ground with Allen. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. And now a 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line. The third down conversion successful, a gain of 11. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Etienne running right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Play action. It's Lawrence. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 23 yards on the play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Etienne will get down close to the goal line, but not in, and as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. A final shot now for Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and the Jets are going to get the football back. And they will take a knee here. So it's a victory.